In the small, sleepy town of Maplewood, nestled deep in the forests of Oregon, a young woman named Clara lived alone. She spent her days tending to her garden and reading old books. Maplewood was a quiet place, far removed from the noise and chaos of the modern world. But that all changed one chilly autumn evening. Clara was walking through the woods behind her home. The air smelled of pine and fallen leaves, and the fading sunlight painted the sky in hues of orange and purple. She often went on walks to clear her mind, but that evening felt different. The forest was eerily silent. No birds, no rustling leaves, just the sound of her own footsteps. Then she saw it. In a small clearing surrounded by scorched grass lay a strange glowing object. It was about the size of a football, smooth and metallic, yet pulsing with an otherworldly blue light. It looked like no rock or metal she had ever seen. Against her better judgment, Clara approached it. As she reached out to touch the artifact, a warm sensation spread through her hand. The object hummed softly, and images flooded her mind. Vast galaxies, swirling nebulas, and planets she couldn't name. But amidst the cosmic visions, one thing stood out. A message. It wasn't in words, but emotions. Clara felt a deep sense of longing, like someone or something was searching for her. She pulled her hand away, her heart racing. She quickly wrapped the artifact in her scarf and brought it home. That night, as she sat in her small kitchen, staring at the glowing object, strange things began to happen. The artifact started to emit faint whispers, not in a language but in emotions. Sadness, hope, love. She tried to sleep, but the whispers grew louder. Finally, she placed the artifact on her bedside table. The moment she did, it projected a soft blue light into the air, forming the outline of a humanoid figure. The figure had no distinct features, just a soft, glowing presence. "Who are you?" Clara whispered, her voice trembling. The figure didn't speak but sent feelings into her mind. It was an alien being from a distant star system, trapped far from its home. The artifact was a part of its consciousness, a way to connect across the vastness of space. It was searching for something it had lost, a bond, a love that had been severed eons ago. Clara felt a strange pull toward the being. It wasn't fear, but a deep, inexplicable connection. She spent the next few days trying to understand the artifact. It showed her visions of its world, a planet bathed in perpetual twilight, with crystalline structures that sang when the wind blew through them. It showed her its people, who communicated not with words but with emotions, sharing their deepest feelings freely. As the days turned into weeks, Clara realized that the artifact wasn't just a tool, it was alive. The alien consciousness inside it grew stronger the more time she spent with it. She began to understand its feelings more clearly, a profound loneliness and an unshakable desire to find its lost companion. Clara started to feel something too. The presence of the artifact filled a void she hadn't realized existed. She had been alone for so long, but now she had someone, or something, that understood her in ways no one else could. One night, under the light of a full moon, the artifact communicated something new, a request. It wanted her help to return home, but doing so would mean saying goodbye. Clara was torn. She knew it wasn't right to keep the being trapped, but the thought of losing it filled her with sorrow. Still, she agreed. Together, they worked to gather materials to build a transmitter, using the alien's knowledge and Clara's resourcefulness. It wasn't easy, but over months they created a device capable of sending the being's consciousness back to its world. On the final night, as the transmitter hummed to life, the artifact sent Clara one last message. It wasn't just an emotion, but a vision of herself, standing on the alien's homeworld, surrounded by its people. It was a promise, not goodbye, but someday. The artifact glowed brighter than ever before, and with a surge of energy, the being's consciousness left, leaving the metallic shell behind. The forest was silent once more. Clara felt an emptiness, but also a sense of peace. She kept the now lifeless artifact as a reminder of her strange and beautiful encounter. Every night she looked up at the stars, wondering if the being had found its love and if one day she might see it again. And in the quiet of her little home, she swore she could still feel its presence like a warm embrace in the cold night.